Here we have a new 2026 Ford Explorer. This one comes in the ST trim level, 4-wheel drive. Space white metallic is the paint, and then we do have that Onyx micro inserted leatherette and micro suede interior. Powertrain consists of a 3-liter twin turbocharged V6. That's made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission. As we come around to the front end here, we do get our LED headlamps along with the LED daytime running lights, LED fog lights as well. Lights don't dance like that. That's just how my camera's picking them up. But I love the STs, just like the ST lines. I think the exterior design is top tier when it comes to mid-size SUVs. It's just a really great look here on this ST. Now down here to these wheels, these are gonna be 21-inch aluminum. We get passive keyless entry, all 4 doors. Door panel here, power door lock controls, memory seat functions. We get one touch up and down in the front, windows, regular power windows on the back. Power mirror controls, power fold, rear window lock out there. We do get blind spot monitors in the side mirrors. And then over here, headlamp controls, lift gate. Hit this twice to open the hood. We also get the B&O sound system. We do get a manual tilt telescoping steering wheel. But here's the power driver seat, 4-way power lumbar support. I believe we get massage as well. I'm gonna double check that when I get in the seat. But a huge thanks to Ford Lincoln of Franklin for allowing me to review this Explorer ST today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. There's leg room there, so knees are barely brushing against the back of the seat. Here in the middle, they're not touching at all. Seat back pockets are on both sides. 2 USB-C charge ports, 3-prong 110-volt household plug-in, 2-stage heated outboard seats. Then our rear AC controls are here. There's a view of the front from back here. And there is the moonroof with the sunshade. There's the third row. Now we do get 2 USB-C charge ports on this side, and then a bottle holder, little storage. And then we just have the bottle holder with the storage on the left side there, but LED reading lights throughout. Nice thick grab handle there. If you need to get to the child locks, right here, stick a key in there, turn one way or the other in that keyhole to lock, unlock. Fuel filler there. And as we come around to the back end, we do get that power folding third row. So here's the space right here. I'm just gonna move these out of the way for a minute so we can see how this works. Now this, you pull that to get the headrest down, and then you have that power fold here. You can do one touch, which is awesome. You just press the button. You see the top tethers are integrated on all 4 of the seats in the back. But there's your space there, and then hit it again, and they'll both come back up. 12-volt back here as well. Then storage compartment. See if I can get this back in here right. I just have to put it over the seat. Okay. But that's how you shut the lift gate. And I'm just gonna give you a look at the back end. Full LED tail lights, quad tip exhaust. That is a loud truck. And then tow hitch there. There's a look underneath. And then as we come around to the rear passenger seat, you can hit this strap here, or this latch here, hold the seat flat, and just pull it back up, or pull here, and you can kind of get it to tumble a little bit to scoot up. It's a little tough because it's new. It needs to be loosened up a little bit, but I mean, it is nice, I will say that. So there's that power adjustability for the front passenger seat with the multi-contour seat. So the 4-way lumbar and the massage as well there. Lockable glove compartment. And then as we come back around to the front, quick look in the engine bay. And there's that 3-liter EcoBoost V6. Before we hop in the driver's seat, I'm just gonna show off the blinkers. So it's not dancing like that again, but that's the blinker right there. And then as we come around to the front, we do get them in the side mirror LED, and then up front LED as well. But we're gonna take a quick look from the driver's seat. So nice leather wrap steering wheel. There's the horn. We're gonna go through the infotainment system rather quickly. We have the Google Maps system, AM, FM, XM, Bluetooth, wireless CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility. We can toggle the hill descent control, ambient lighting. The seats, this is where you can go in here and adjust the lumbar as well as the massage there. Vehicle status, your settings here. System settings, you can change your language. There are all of your options there. Then you also have your units of measurement. You can change all of those individually. Now over here, this is just a quick run through of the apps themselves. So Google Assistant is part of this Google Maps system, or the Google Maps part of the Google Assistant system, I should say. And then we have the Wi-Fi hotspot, games, YouTube, all of that, software updates. And then we do have our AC controls in the screen here. So we can control all of that there, sync, unsync, 3-stage heated cooled seats for the front, set it to auto as well. And then we have the heated steering wheel on the driver's side too. Adjust fan speed down here, temperature, pretty much up all the time when the screen's on. And then you can toggle the AC system as well. Backup camera, guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel, bird's eye view as well. Parking sensors, we can turn those on or off. Hit this camera button down here, that pulls up your front camera. And then while we're down here, auto stop toggle, parking settings, hazards, and then we do have the traction control and the auto stop toggle there. Nice volume knob as well. And click that to turn the audio off. And down here, USB-C, USB-A duo connects directly to the radio. 12 volt, little storage here. And then the shifter, hit the brake, reverse, neutral drive, manual mode. You can use the paddle shifters behind the steering wheel to go through those. And you can see in that bottom left-hand corner, it'll show you what gear you're in that manual mode. Electronic parking brake, pull up to engage, hit the brake, press down to disengage. And then your drive modes are here, Eco, Sport, Tow, Haul. And then you have normal, slippery, and trail as part of that 4-wheel drive. Center console cubby space, you do have a 12 volt in there. Here's a look at the back seat from up here. And then we're gonna see how this opens. And actually it does not. This is a fixed roof here. So just the sunshade there. I don't know why people are trying to do away with the actual roof, but whatever. Sunglasses holders there. Lights here. Garage door transmitter. And then your vanity mirror. Back to the front, left side stock blinkers. And then over here we have our automatic wipers, so one time off, auto low high. We can adjust that auto frequency there. Then our rear wiper off, intermittent on. Pull up for the front fluid, push back for the rear. Left side of the steering wheel, gap adjust for the adaptive cruise. Adaptive cruise is there. You can adjust the adaptive cruise whether you want it on or off here in the screen if you go into the settings, and you can go down to the driver assistance, change your cruise from adaptive to normal, turn the lane centering on or off, and adjust all of that there. But lane keeping system, again, on or off, adaptive cruise or normal cruise, whether you have that on or off, you can toggle that there. Cancel the cruise system, set down or up, resume, then volume down, volume up, mute. Voice recognition, track list, radio station presets, or Bluetooth controls if you're in that menu. Speaking of menu, hit this here. That pulls up the different views you have. So fuel economy, trip meter, tire pressure monitors. There's so much you can actually view in there depending on where you are. And then you can even change the speedometer there too. And then you can use this as like a scroll bar, back, all of that. Push button start. Finally, here is the key fob with remote start. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2026 Explorer ST out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Explorer ST, What I like about the STs in particular is they drive like a normal Explorer when you're driving them around town. You have a more powerful engine compared to the 2.3 that's entry level, but it's very easy to make this easy to drive. You don't feel like you're driving I guess a Durango Hellcat or something like that. Still quick, still fast when you need it to be, but it's not, you know, it's the best of both worlds. You can kind of go between having a fast SUV and a family hauler, if you will. Now, I do like the sporty interior. I love the steering wheel, how thick it is, how sporty it feels. The driving dynamics themselves, just for driving around town, pretty good. The other good thing about having a twin turbo V6 as opposed to having a, you know, like a V8 in here is you're still getting pretty solid fuel economy for something that has a twin turbo V6. Now, I do feel like for the price point, I should have a power adjustable steering wheel, and it might be harder to do that with how this is set up here with the, you know, the perforated leather and all this. I don't know, but it would just make it feel more luxurious, I think, especially for this money. Now, you are paying almost $7 grand for stuff that you probably wouldn't miss. Having the roof here, you don't even get to open or shut it. The multi-contour seats, I love having those, but again, not a necessity. And then the B&O sound system, mostly this black painted roof. You're going from a 60 grand car to a 70 grand vehicle just having those two options there, if you know, consider sales tax and whatnot. But I will say the added luxury aspects really do make this more of a head turner, having the black painted roof, and then from the driver's perspective, having that premium sound system, having the glass roof there, and then having the multi-contour seats. If you really like the ST and you like what it has to offer, but you don't mind paying Yukon SLT prices, then I mean, this is a great way to go. It's not like you can get this for 40 grand from another manufacturer, especially where performance is concerned, but again, just my opinion, you might not need the sun and sound package and the black painted roof. And again, in this normal driving mode, it just drives very normal, which I like. It's just very easy to control, very calm, very tame. If you put your foot into it, it'll still go, but I will say this still drives like an Explorer. It's still very comfortable behind the wheel. It's still very precise. And it still feels like an SUV that the normal Explorer buyer would like. It just, someone like myself who likes performance, it has that added benefit for you as well if you do need to have all this space for the kids, cargo, what have you. The overall sound is fantastic from the exhaust, from the engine bay. The massage seat, I will say, is a bit loud when it's going. It just kind of has that, but doesn't really bother me, but it is something that I notice. When you have the radio going and, you know, you're on the interstate, you're probably not going to notice it, but when it's silent in here, like I'm trying to talk on camera, I can hear that. So just something to consider. So I am gonna put it into sport mode as we get on the interstate here. We're gonna see what this thing can do. Hopefully I'll be able to keep this space behind me. Give it a good pull here. Here we go. Oh yeah, that is freaking nice. The sound is incredible. It really is. When you give it throttle, it does sound very aggressive, very sporty, but also it has that nice tuned twin turbo sound to it. That was incredible. And this isn't the first time I've driven an ST, but for whatever reason, I really felt it on that pull. Now I want to give another huge thanks to Ford Lincoln of Franklin for allowing me to review this Explorer ST today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. Now I'm going to turn the Blue Cruise off because I forgot to turn off the lane assist, which I really can't stand in these vehicles because, you know, it does that, but it never knows where you're going. It doesn't know that I'm getting off in 2 exits, but it still tries to put work in. And a lot of the times it can be kind of annoying to the drivers behind me because I look like I don't know what I'm doing. So that's something I usually turn off. Now on longer drives, maybe it, you know, it does a pretty good job, but even then I like to bust my own moves, if you will. But the Explorer ST is such a good seller because it's one of those vehicles that you don't expect to be as fast as it is, but this thing pulls, it really does. It's quick, it's fun to drive, the sound is fantastic, and it really does give other manufacturers a run for their money, I think. Specifically when I think about Audis and BMWs, just because they're that much fun to drive. But a great SUV, even for this price point. And all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2026 Ford Explorer in the ST trim level.